These are my top 3 picks out of all the newest listings in Whistler this week. I've got an incredible waterfront home on Alta Lake, a beautiful chalet with garage in Alpine Meadows, and an entry-level 1-bedroom condo at Tamarisk on Alta Lake. These properties just hit the Whistler real estate market, and today we're going room by room, and I'll show you what makes each one worthy of my top 3 list for this week. Let's jump straight into this week's top 3 listings that have come on the market in Whistler this week. So here we are with the first one, and it is listed by Dave Nagel with Angell Hasman Realty. This is a home on 3278 Archibald Way, which is down in Alta Vista. Now, some of the homes, obviously, on one side of the street face are on waterfront, okay, and this is one of them. And so this home was built in 1984. It's a 4-bed, 3-bath, 2,246 square feet on a 10,672 square foot lot. So nice big lot. And let's just jump straight into the photos. It's listed for $6,998,000, which is actually, in my opinion, really well priced, given that it is a waterfront on Alta Lake. Okay, so here's where so this little townhome complex right in here is called Whistler on the Lake. Now this home is right down in this little cove that's down to the right. Okay, now what's nice about this side of the lake is that if you were on the other side of the lake where Rainbow Park sits, these homes are not directly on waterfront. They'll say that they're waterfront, but they're not. Okay, the train tracks run along the water here, so any sort of dock that these folks here have is not on their property. Okay, it's on BC Rail land here along the water, and that, you know, they're allowed to keep a dock there, but they do not own waterfront. Okay, so that's one of the big things with that side of the lake. And this side of the lake has got views up towards Whistler and Blackcomb, where this side of the lake does not. However, you're going to get end of day sun as you're on this side of the water. And if you're on, like I said again, on the Alta Lake Road side way over here, this is quite a ways to drive to these houses. This is a good sort of, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes from the Whistler Village, where this is like 2 minutes from Whistler Village. Okay, so here's the home itself. There's your dock, your private dock. And then you can see the home sits right here. You know, so it's a typical 1980s home, but really well cared for, nicely done. They've got some rock work in the front here, so a stair-stepped yard with some landscaping leading out to the water. So really, really cool spot. And these are very rare. They don't come on the market very often. You do have a hot tub out the side of this home, and you can see the square footage is not huge, but it's appropriate for the age of the home, and it was renovated a number of years back with a new kitchen and flooring and so forth. And you can see that. So it's quite modern inside, and you've got an airtight stove here. So you can click through these photos down below. I'll leave the link in the description of this video, and you can see all of that. And that's just a shot of the backyard there with the steps coming down. So Alta Vista, very close neighborhood to Whistler Village, walking distance really, or biking very easily if you want. And of course it's right on the bus route, so it's easy to get to the village. So there's an overhead shot, and this is Archibald Way right here. And then you've got the property here with its hot tub and the dock there. Okay, so that's on the market right now for $6,998,000. So that's, in my opinion, actually a bargain for Alta Lake waterfront. Now, let's move to the next listing. This is listed with Marika Koenig from our office here at the Whistler Real Estate Company. And this is a cute little chalet, sort of a typical vintage chalet in Alpine Meadows. And it's 4-bed, 3-bath, and it was built, it was actually built in the 80s, but renovated extensively in 1994, okay? And it's 1,654 square feet on a 10,000 square foot, pretty flat lot really, with some nice peekaboo views of Whistler and Blackcomb. $2,299,000. So let's just take a look through the photos here. It's kind of a Swiss chalet looking house, but this is fairly typical of what you'll find in Alpine Meadows. You've got a bit of a carport here as well as a single garage. Okay, nice big deck on the top level and entrance on the side. Let me just quickly see here. Does this home have... no, there is no suite in this house. So some of these homes are going to have a rental suite, but this one does not. So this just gives you a sense for inside the house, sort of a 1990s vintage on that kitchen and the rest of it. Even though the house was built before that, they did do some updates and upgrades, and they've got an airtight fireplace there. Very nice. Pretty large living room, really. And you can click through these photos yourself in the description below. There's a link there, and that's the peekaboo views of that's going to be, gosh, I think Wedge Mountain there in the distance. And then you've got the downstairs going down to the bedrooms, the other bedrooms and the entrance. So that is... that's going to be your master bedroom right there, and big enough to have a little bit of an office in the corner. That's actually quite a large bedroom. Very nice. And another deck shot there, and some of the other bedrooms, bathroom. Okay. Now let's move over to our final one, and this is going to sort of be entry-level type of a property. If you're looking for something to purchase in Whistler that's a one-bedroom, you're typically going to be looking at Tamarisk. Now this one is listed by Janet Brown with Engel and Volkers Realty here in Whistler. One bedroom, built in the 70s, 650 square feet, $739,000. Okay, so Tamarisk is if you're going south, you drive past Whistler Creekside, you go past Bay Shores, and it's going to be on your right as you enter to go onto Alta Lake Road, and that's where you're going to have Twin Lakes right here, and then also Tamarisk is right here. And you can see that there's a little cove and an inlet that comes in off of Alta Lake here to sort of a pond in the back, or an inlet, let's say, where you can actually launch a canoe or a kayak or stand-up paddleboard or something. So Tamarisk has actually got access to the lake here, and then there's some storage down here for your boats and things if you want. It's not a power boat type of a lake. It's just a sort of a kayak or canoeing or stand-up paddleboarding lake. So that's the cove there in the back. And then this is a shot of the building in the winter. This is in a building. So as you come in to Tamarisk, it's going to be the first building on your right. And they've had fresh siding done a number of years ago, fresh roof. And then the suite itself was renovated at one point over the years. I'm not sure when this particular renovation was. It looks like probably sometime in the 90s perhaps as well. There's your bathroom, sunken living room. You've got a wood fireplace here. This is not airtight, but that's just fine. Looks like they've redone from original. They've redone this with river rock, which is lovely. And then you can see that's just another shot of that. And there you have the kitchen in the back corner there. It's actually a really tidy unit. So I sold a Tamarisk unit a few months ago to for some clients of mine from Vancouver, and they had done a really nice reno, and I believe we sold that one for, gosh, I think $760. And this one has an older reno, but it's still in really nice shape, and they do have a washer dryer in the unit, which is actually really cool. There's coin operated washer dryers in each building, and there's not a lot of units that have their own washer dryer, so that's awesome. And that's your view out over the lake. So you're at the back of a building and you're able to see out over the water here, which is really nice. This is a winter shot, so obviously you can just sort of see down there. There's a little dock, and that's where the storage for the canoes and kayaks and things are if you want to have one stored there. And a bedroom shot. So yeah, there's a summer shot of the lake right behind. Really nice. Okay, so that's our top 3 for this week for new listings that have come on the market in Whistler. These are 3 that I really like. And if you have any questions about any other properties in Whistler, certainly reach out. I'm here anytime. My contact details are in the description below, and we'll see you in the next video.